I had a 2-bedroom apartment. I was paying $350 a month. And that's how I was able to support my mom and my sister through a pretty difficult season of our lives. And that's how I got started in the industry. And one thing led to another. It was, I became an assistant manager at a young age. I managed a property at 32 units, 42 units. I was the maintenance and the manager. And then it became 99 units and 150 units. And it just grew to the point where I managed the largest single asset in the state of Arizona in Phoenix. The first thought in every question or every decision that I made is, how is this going to impact my team? How is this going to impact my residents? How is this going to help others? And my focus shifted to really focusing on just my teammates. What are their aspirations? What was their dream? What did they want to do? How could I help them? What little could I, nuggets could I give them to help them in that journey, in that, the direction that they were looking to go? When I shifted that focus from me to others, the benefit or the side effect, which I wasn't looking for, is that it ended up really propelling my career at that point. Sometimes listening is trying to gain what that person is trying to say beyond the words that they're saying. Oftentimes, in I was mentioning earlier, one-on-one sessions or, in conversations with people, they say something, but I can pick up or I can hear or I can interpret what they're really trying to say. And what they're really trying to say is an underlying message that you have to kind of read into those words. And this is the problem that I think a lot of times happen in organizations and with different leadership styles, is that you sit there and you listen to them talk, and you can have those moments where it seems like you were listening, but the person still walks away feeling like they weren't heard. And that happens all the time, because what causes them to feel that way, what causes them to feel that they weren't heard, is that you couldn't interpret what they were actually trying to say. So if you're able to think outside the box and you're able to reinvent yourself on a regular basis and constantly learn, here I am in advanced in my career, and I'm, graduating with my MBA. That's just something that we have to, and it doesn't have to be formal education either, right? There were seasons of my life where I wasn't in an educational institution, and I was, just reading. I was reading books. There was a season in my life where I was reading a book every week. For 1 year, that was my commitment, and I read 52 books in the 52 weeks of that year. So I feel extremely optimistic that as far as multifamily is concerned, we have really strong basis to really feel confident that multifamily is going to be in a good spot for the foreseeable future. I don't see interest rates coming back down to the levels that we saw pre-COVID and during COVID. So unfortunately, because you wouldn't love, I'd love nothing more than to have people feel fulfilled, their quest to become homeowners. That is a great thing to be able to celebrate and push for. But the reality is that it's not, the fundamentals are not realistic. And so that's going to benefit our industry. And I just see our industry being strong and successful, at least for the next 5 to 10 years.